If I ever run the Grim Reaper or like this devilish creature that needs to drag someone to hell in any of my games, he's gonna have that accent.
And
that
he's going to
exact
be
one.
going down the river of Styx.
It's a common misconception. It's Hades. He got the river Styx, but no, the real river is actually it's just Styx.
Drew, I think this is the perfect opportunity for me to put you in the hot seat.
Ooh,
You weren't here last week.
I was
So,
not.
I want to hear your thoughts on different settings that we what Zach and I talked about last week on the show was the different settings that you can go through. It was a very fun episode. I'm sure you'll have a great time listening to it back in a couple of weeks. But we talked about Eberron, Dragonlance, Ravnica, like you name it. We talked about it a little bit. Spelljammer, all of them, Forgotten Realms. But I want to hear your thoughts on some of your favorite settings. You can talk about Tal'Dorei, talk about Strixhaven, whatever you got in your mind about settings.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I have no idea what to think anymore. There's so much content out right now for D&D that I'm never going to be able to scratch the surface if they put nothing else out starting right now. Okay. I've seen a few settings. Of course, I'm a massive fan of the Forgotten Realms themselves. I have no clue what the map looks like of Forgotten Realms. I've been to, I feel like, most of it at this point after playing for so many years.
No.
Not even close.
You've been into the Sword Coast.
Oh, this is why it gets so stressful, because everyone around me right now in our party and my buddies here that play D&D, everyone is beyond excited to go to Spelljammer, into the mysterious space setting, or to Eberron, this steampunk adventure. I'm excited too. Let me be very clear. I'm extremely excited, and that's all I want to do. It's all I've been thinking about is space hamsters and giant monkeys made of gears, because why not, right? But there's so much I haven't seen in Forgotten Realms. I am ready to step out with the rest of my party, but I'm very afraid. I'm afraid to miss out on anything I haven't seen in the Forgotten Realms, similar to Seth's playstyle in Elden Ring. There's always going to be something around the corner that I might have missed, and I'm going to see a clip, or I'm going to hear someone telling a story about their D&D game where I didn't go there. Oh, I didn't go to Skullport and experience the crazy pirates or the Zenerim that want to kidnap me and then take all of my money, right? I'm still very afraid, but going forward, this next stepping stone of our adventure into Spelljammer is going to be awesome. Extremely excited. I get to be a plasmoid. Plasmoids are awesome, and plasmoids are a really good example of what a lot of these settings have to offer now, just jumping through a few of them, because all these settings, they don't just offer towns. They don't just offer a single solitary place. They offer new classes, new types of people, new cultures, new environmental hazards, all these different things that you can experience, right? Jumping into Eberron, we've touched on it a little bit before, right? Where Zach was running, Eberron for us. I think we did about 5, maybe 6 sessions. And the ambiance of this place is not what I expected to love, by the way. But the ambiance of this new setting is incredible. It's one of the things that really drives me to want to try Dragonlance, or I think Greyhawk, or even Rime of the Frostmaiden. I think Rime of the Frostmaiden may be in a different setting.
No, it's in Forgotten Realms. It's in Icewind Dale, which is where Bryn Shander is.
Oh, but see, I just jumped through 4 different settings, and I did not know that whole module was still in the same place that I've been exploring for 4 years. This is, it's ridiculous. But overall, all the settings coming out are mind blowing to me, and I really can't wait to play all of them with you guys.
So let me set your mind to ease a little bit.
Okay.
Because we are going to explore Eberron, which I think might become my favorite setting after we're done with it. We are going to explore the Spelljammer stuff, which will let us go between settings if we feel like it. But as far as like running modules and campaigns and stuff go, if one is written in the Forgotten Realms, it's going to take place in the Forgotten Realms. I'm not going to be like, oh, let me take Rime of the Frostmaiden and make it happen in Eberron. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to still run it as written in the Forgotten Realms setting, because I think it's simple. Like, it's simple, and I already know a lot about it, so I don't have to like super think hard about like, okay, well, there's supposed to be 10 towns. Where are 10 towns in Eberron that make sense for this to take place in?
Right.
And I like that rule of not necessarily transmuting the environment to a different kind of canon setting. Me and Zach talked about it a little bit in the car on the way over here, where we love the outlier worlds like the steampunk Eberron. That's very, very different. It almost makes you want to come back to Forgotten Realms after a while because you want to go back to your home base, right? But once you get too far out there, maybe with some purely homebrew worlds, or maybe a world like Greyhawk where it's modified to a certain extent, so taking the canon Greyhawk and then changing it to a certain way, it almost seems fake. It feels like an alternate version of D&D, like I'm playing a different game.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, it's like playing Pokemon 5e or the Mass Effect skin over it. It's like you're in a different world. Something I am excited for is I have been reading a lot on different settings. Granted, since I am going to be running one in Eberron, and things like Dragonlance do excite me because you're set in a world at war and it's written to be a world at war, and that's really exciting to me is to play through that and understand what it's like to run in a campaign where, okay, one, Dragonlance is heavily involved with the dragons, like monarchy wise and power scale wise. Like they communicate and they what you're getting into with that setting. And and they also have, I believe it's called the Shadow of the Dragon Queen campaign that goes along with it. That's written inside that book in the setting, and I'm interested to read that and see what it's all about because that might be something I take ideas from, maybe not run fully, but we'll see.
I feel like you have to take ideas from all of these things. If you don't, what could you possibly be missing out on? Like all these different ideas is just ridiculous. The idea that now going back in Forgotten Realms, but I can't play a really cool Warforged. Like, come on, I gotta play a cool Warforged. I have to go back to that sometime,
Well, and that's the thing about some of these settings too. It's tough when they release like a new setting book with all these fun new races, and it's like, well, I really want this thing to fit in here. But like, we didn't have plasmoids running around in Storm King's Thunder, so like, we can't have plasmoids running around now.
Right, and I made it make sense in terms of Forgotten Realms because I was like, well, it's been 30 years. New people have been discovered or evolved and come here from the Feywild or different worlds. Things happen in those 30 years. So it's been 30 years and new people are here and the landscape is different. So that's kind of how I made it make sense last time. And we talked about it in the last episode, how I was like, I'm interested in having like Gif and Hadazee exist in Eberron because they are the most typical spacefaring bunch, and it makes sense to me that some of them may have made their way and traveled to Eberron and been like, I'm just going to stay here.
Right. You can make it make sense no matter what.
Right.
And even if you're in one of those campaigns where it's like, I want to limit the races super hard and it's just humans and elves and dwarves and that's it. You could still have a player show up and say, well, I would like to be a Dragonborn, and you say, okay, you're the only Dragonborn, the first Dragonborn we've seen in thousands of years, and that makes first of all your player feel really special because you're like, ooh, I'm this special prophesized person or whatever, but also then you have just a great gateway into any and all roleplay because everyone's gonna be like, what are you?
Well, and that's a good point because if you guys have watched any of season 3 of Critical Role, Fresh Cut Grass, also, which is Sam Riegel's character, and let me tell you, it does grow on you where that's a name. Like
Cut Grass.
His name is Fresh Cut Grass. Some of them call him FCG. Some of them just say letters. One of the characters literally just goes, "All right, letters, come on." But then some characters always say Fresh Cut Grass, and that's his name. And he plays what they call an automaton. So he's like a small robot that are known in Matt Mercer's setting, and except most of them are just robots. Like they operate on their programming and do what they're said. They don't have emotions. They don't have feelings. He's the first one that for some reason has feelings. And so he's grasping that and getting through that. And literally every time an NPC interacts with them and they're like, how much can I buy him for? And they're like, no, he's not for sale. He's a person, Can
you imagine everywhere you go, someone's like, can I buy your friend? No, absolutely not. No, you can't have him.
Only in Thay.
In Thay, is that what happens in Thay?
I don't know, slave trade or something.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I think that it does bring up opportunities for those things to come along. Like, oh, there is a plasmoid here. That's weird. Or like, oh, I'm the first civilized Thri-Kreen in the Forgotten Realms.
Yeah, exactly, right?
That's where it gets really interesting, though, because like what we're talking about with our new campaign coming up is we want one of our characters to be what we're calling grounded, right? So this character that's from the Forgotten Realms in some way, and the rest of the party is going to be from Spelljammer, outer space, or some strange planet, some sort of space drift or something like that. And so it lets everybody try these new races in this new environment, but in the same sense, we still have that one character kind of bringing us back home to base that lets everyone else feel special, different, and have a different kind of experience at the table.
Anyways, so on another topic, we're in a really cool studio right now, and I want your guys' general thoughts because I worked really hard on this, and I just want to hear you guys talk about it.
Well, I have been looking at this mini on my right for a little while.
Which one?
This little water elemental. I am kind of wondering the mouthfeel of this one. I'm not sure because it's very watery. It's got like a lot of weird grooves and ridges to it. I wonder if it might taste good. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I do love the setup of minis. I want to see them all up on the shelves too, and that kind of stuff. Like you said earlier in the full episode, it is like it's in between. So I want to see it with the lights. I want to see it with the TV on, with someone on the screen, and just a bunch of bells and whistles. But I do like the idea that this is the space,
Right. Like, this is the space. We're going to have a door tomorrow.
No way, a door?
Yeah, so we'll actually have a door over there so it won't feel as, like, open-aired, which will be nice. There'll be a door there. These curtains are really thick. So, this will be a nice closed-off space. We get to play D&D every week. I am going to be making YouTube content coming up as a DM, and now I can work on more podcasts in here, too, which is going to be very, very fun.
This is sick. Now, in case I haven't put forth enough oomph into my voice yourself, this is awesome. Like, very cool. I am extremely excited. I want all of you guys to think about this, right? Just a few months from now, we have, or whatever that table is coming in.
Yeah.
A big, cool gaming table, right? This room, totally customized D&D wise, right? Flashing lights. We got the minis. We have everything. We have TVs for our friends that remote in, right? All of the bells and whistles, right? Do you guys think we would be having our dream D&D setup 4 or 5 years ago? Like, is this something that you even would have pondered as something we would have gone, or no?
I can tell you that before I moved in here, I did not think that I would ever get anything like this. And then I literally just brought it up with the other people that live here, and the other people that live here, Eric's, and was like, can I take this room and make it into something? And they were like, we don't really know. Like, we're not really sure about that. And I was like, okay, well, let's try. Like, can I though? And then got them to agree to it. It works. It's cool.
And you painted.
Yeah, and I painted today. Like, literally today. I was supposed to paint Friday, and then my grandma and I were like, Grandma Eric, we were like, we got a couple hours. You want to just go to Lowe's and get the paint? And I was like, sure. And so we came back and we painted the whole room.
Gosh. Oh, you know what? Oh, I can't. Oh, it's gonna bug me. I can't remember the guy's name. There was a guy who had wrote in a few weeks ago, maybe it was a month or two ago, saying that
gamer?
I don't think it was Good Old Gamer. I think it was another gentleman. But he wrote in and he said he imagined just kind of like sitting in front of a fire or like in our office or on this table. Calling you out right now, we are around a table, a real table right now, not just in our bedroom. This is our official office. Yeah. So thanks for putting it out in the world. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Well, I think what's next is, we definitely got to get a good camera set up to where we can put video and put it out on our YouTube channel. So that way, okay, every single episode is videoed and out. I think what I'm gonna have to do is set up OBS on my computer, plug this interface into the computer so I can just record on OBS. Audio automatically goes through, so it's all synced no matter what. We just record the whole video, cut out the MP3 file, done.
God, I know I keep saying I'm excited about all these settings, but I'm more excited about the setup though.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I've got to start getting to work on what I'm going to be doing. I already said I'm going to make my Wish.com video. That's going to be fun. and then I'm just gonna talk about stuff. So I'm excited to get working on that. And yeah, it's really exciting to have a space for D&D. Like the fact that everybody's gonna come here. I mean, including me because I have to drive for work. Everybody's gonna come here Saturday and Sunday this week, and we are just gonna hang out and play D&D in this room for like 5 or 6 hours. It's gonna be great.
I have an extra driving buddy now. I'm used to driving one of our players home afterwards, but now I have 2 players to be in the car with. It's gonna be exciting. It's like a little party afterwards.
Are you
The
still gonna
after
have to
party.
go pick Chase up and bring him here?
I mean, I guess I don't know. I assume so.
Jeez.
But it's like a full-on party. We can have someone ride in the back. We have all the windows open. You know.
Why?
Just get, I mean, okay, but think about it though. Since there's 3 of us, it's like a whole thing. So on the way home, what we do is when we leave the driveway, we roll a d20 and speed away. So the next week we come back, and those are my portents that I start with.
Oh my
That's how the
gosh.
session's gonna go.
Yeah, Drew, you're just gonna leave your dice out
Yeah,
in the driveway.
yeah, on the road. It'll be perfect. I'll be thinking all week about what I rolled, and Seth's
And
gonna be
they'll
like,
they'll
"Oh, I was a
definitely be
20."
there.
Yeah, no,
they'll definitely
Who
be
would pick
there.
it up? Who would pick up my d20?
Any animal that walks by.
I
Why would
would.
an animal pick up a
A
d20?
shiny bird might just fly down, or like a bird might see a shiny bird specifically will fly down and eat the D20.
I would feel so bad if it
it
ate my
would die.
d20. I mean, it would be a crit, so I guess it would probably go down. That's so stupid.
All right, thank you so much for listening to our wonderful post-show patrons. Goodbye. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.